Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the video. My name is Cinder and this is my channel where we talk about fitness, lifting, and men's style. So in this video, pag-uusapan po natin ang calories, macros, and why these are important to us. So this video is part of a series called Meathead Math, where I will be breaking down the basic concepts of fitness and lifting, and of course the math and the numbers behind these topics. So just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not even a personal trainer. I'm just your friendly neighborhood meathead who has been practicing these things for a few years. So these are excerpts of my own personal research and of course my experience. I will try my best to share the most updated current practices that the fitness industry abides by. Take all of these advice with a grain of salt. Let's get started. So what is a calorie and what is a macro? So a calorie, simply a unit of energy. Just like we use meters and feet to express length, and we use pounds and kilograms to express weight, we use calories to express energy, specifically heat energy. Now, another familiar unit would be joule or kilojoule. Of course, the fitness industry prefers to use calories. So where do we get this magical energy that we call calories? Kung nakita nyo po yung last video ko, I discussed the mother formula for weight management. So go ahead and watch that if you haven't yet, because in that video, I explained the overarching principle that you need to understand when you are trying to manage your own weight. In a nutshell, we need to be in a negative energy balance or caloric surplus if we want to lose weight. We need to be in maintenance or eat the same amount of food that we expend if we want to maintain our weight, and a caloric surplus if we want to gain weight. So in practice, we need to know two things. How much calories do we expend in a day? And how much calories are we eating? But that is a topic for another video, so stay tuned for that one. So now let's talk about macros. So what are macros? So we can actually break down calories into more familiar components, that being our macronutrients. The big three macronutrients would be carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Yes, I know that we hear about sodium, potassium, calcium, zinc, magnesium, and all these other things that we hear in TV commercials. And yes, these are important things to keep track of, especially if we have pre-existing conditions. But in the context of weight management and for the sake of simplicity, we only keep track of the big three, which is carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Because the big three are what hold substantial caloric value. These other smaller things might or might not have calories, but overall, they don't really impact our weight gain and weight loss that much. So let's break it down. We have carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. In every gram of carbohydrates, we have 4 calories. In every gram of protein, we also have 4 calories. And in every gram of fat, we have 9 calories. So this is what we see in our food. So we expect something that is high in fat, butter for example, to have high caloric contents because there is 9 calories for every gram of fat and there is a lot of fat in butter. On the other hand, fruits for example would be low calorie because most fruits are just made of sugars and water. And sugar is a carbohydrate which only has 4 calories per gram, so fruits are relatively low calorie. So let's talk about the energy outside of things, the calories that we expend in exercise. So in my opinion, this is quite a vague gray area. So I'm sure you've heard of the term burning calories. So someone who went for a run would take a selfie and post a picture on social media saying that they burned some calories. And yes, it's true, we do burn calories as we move and sometimes even as we don't move. So the simple movement of our organs burns calories. And of course, it's always good to exercise and to move. Motion is lotion. But one of the best practices is to not track the calories that you expend during exercise. The reasons being is, one, it's hard to track how many calories was burned in your treadmill session or in a basketball game. So especially if you're talking about weights, how many calories did you burn in a 315-pound squat versus a 405-pound squat? Second reason, most of the time, it's negligible. If anything, cardiovascular exercises like running, walking, would make a more significant impact on the energy balance. But especially if we're talking about lifting weights, it's really not that much. So just take the extra calories burned as a bonus. I'm not saying that you should never track the energy expended when you exercise, but if you're just a casual dieter, you just want to lose a little weight, gain a little weight, you're not going very deep in a cut, then it shouldn't really matter. It should matter for someone who is very lean, is already taking very low calories, and does not want to drop the calories any lower. So they would offset that by trying to do a little more exercise so that they can eat a little more. So how do we apply all of these in practice? Simple lang. We need to track our calories. You wouldn't really know how much calories you're eating unless you start tracking your calories on a daily basis. If you want to learn the simplest way of how this is practiced, then stick around for the next video because that will be our topic, how to track our calories and how to track our macros. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!